expired, then...
Are you insinuating regarding this thing, like were they?
No, I don't know what was going on,
okay.
You know, because we don't get into the books
okay.
in that respect. We can set the budget, but we really don't go into day-to-day operations. You know, where the money is coming from, how much money is coming in daily. We let that up to the accountants and the comptroller. That's what they're hired to do. Okay, they come to the board and they say, okay, you have X amount of dollars to spend. How do you want to spend it? Do you want to spend it on the roads? Do you want to spend it on snow removal? You know, how do we allocate the money? All right. So what happened is when they changed over and they took the auditing firm that the village had for 35 years, and the principal resigned from his company and moved over to the next desk and put on the hat as comptroller. Now he became the village comptroller. At that time I said it would definitely be an absolute thing that we need to change the auditing firm, because you're too close. I mean, you're bringing in the same people that you were the boss for before, so how can the auditing firm have an objective report to us? Okay. The other thing that, as a trustee, when you don't know all the little intricacies that are involved in running a municipality. You know, I'm a sign contractor. I walk in here to help try, you know, to manage the thing for all of you, and all of a sudden, you know, there's all kinds of, it's a new world, all right? We attended seminars. We went to the National League of Cities. We went to auditing seminars. They told us, change your auditors every 3 years. It's just a good practice, and then you should be receiving their input every year on how the state of the books are here in the village, okay? They never showed up. We never saw the auditors come and tell us, or write a letter telling us how the previous year's books were.
Isn't that a red flag?
Yeah, it was a red flag.
I mean, that would be
What's that? Why did you approve the budget? Well, the budget
and audit are two different things.
They're two different things. The budget and the audit are
The question is the budget and the difference between the budget and the audit. Let's let one at a time. Let him answer that question.
Okay.
Let him answer the question.
The audit is a separate entity. In other words, they take and they look at, you know, where the people that you pay, did they get double paid? Did you take money out of the tips? You know, where did you know, how much is owed to the tips? How is your general fund running? You know, where's, you know, every dollar is accounted for. Well, they're supposed to give you a written report after every year, that they're supposed to come to the board and give you a written report. The board never saw that, all right? And when we came on board, you know, I did not run with the previous party. I ran with Barrett Pedersen and came on board. At that moment, we went out and got a new auditing firm. Okay, the auditing firm went to the old auditing firm and said, "We'd like to see the letters, you know, each year's letters that you gave to the board to tell them, you know, how the village was doing. Was it good, bad, or were they doing it properly?" They said, "We gave it verbally." Right. Yeah.
They should be sued. They should be sued. They should be
Well, I'm
sued.
telling you what occurred.
They should be sued.
Okay. What occurred? All right. So then we went and we said, okay, we're putting all those pieces together now. For the last 9 months, we've been scrambling like heck to find out what's going on, and that's why, as you heard, we're the situation where we are now. Did we have a balanced budget while we were on the board with the previous board members? Yes, we did. Okay, you know how you balance a budget? We have $3 million worth of land. You put the land in as that you're going to sell it. The economy tanks. You can't sell $3 million worth of land, right? So theoretically, you're now $3 million in the hole.
Why do they buy so much useless land?
Again?
Why? I mean, that's what I don't understand.
Develop.
Why did they invest that much money in land?
Develop.
That's probably why. Excuse me. That's why we're in the predicament, probably one of the predicaments we're in right now.
No, the land purchases were made by TIFs. Even if you took all of the property that we own and sell it, you might pay off the budget deficit 1 year, but you've got a $2.5 million budget deficit. So let's say that this year you sold a $3 million piece of property. You would balance the budget this year, but next year you'd still have a $2.5 million budget deficit. You know why? Because the amount of money that we're spending on everyday expenses is more than the revenue that we're taking in. The properties were purchased with TIF money. There's one property on Belmont where the sale of that property would go back into the village budget. It's a $3 million property if you could sell it at this point in time.